Mhm.
What's his
Yeah,
view?
he said the same. He said the same thing. I don't believe, and he doesn't believe that there are kids, because you don't yank around and use alleged children as pawns. I'm kind of more curious as to why they're not being seen with these children. Like they're jet setting, they're apart one day, they're together, they're going to this event or to that event. Most celebrities, if there are children involved, it doesn't seem like they're having a normal life, and it seems like it's very far from a fairy tale for the world and for them. So I mean, I can't wait to find out. My guess is as good as yours.
There's obviously, Sam, so
For years, Meghan Markle's life has looked like a perfectly edited fairy tale. A Hollywood actress meets a prince, walks into a royal palace, and becomes one of the most watched women in the world. On the surface, everything appeared magical. The wedding, the global attention, the headlines, and then the children that seemed to complete the story. But the internet has a strange habit. It never forgets, and it never stops asking questions. And lately, those questions have been growing louder, darker, and far more uncomfortable. What started as harmless curiosity has slowly evolved into a storm of theories, screenshots, timelines, and whispered claims that refuse to disappear. People are no longer just watching old interviews for nostalgia. They are studying them like evidence. Every glance, every pause, every unexplained moment has been pulled apart and analysed in a way no public figure can ever fully escape. And when silence stretches too long, humans don't assume peace. They assume something is being hidden. This new wave of speculation began not with journalists, not with leaked documents, but with family. Samantha Markle, Meghan's estranged sister, questioned the public image with words that were calm but cutting. She didn't shout, she didn't accuse directly. She simply suggested that the timeline did not make sense. That single sentence hit harder than any interview ever could, because once people start searching for gaps, they almost always find something that feels wrong, even if they can't explain why. Old photos began circulating again. Pregnancy appearances were replayed in slow motion. Internet forums became digital courtrooms. People weren't just watching, they were investigating. And in today's world, investigation doesn't wait for proof. It creates its own conclusions first. Then came the claim that truly shook social media, a woman appearing under anonymity, known only as DL. No face, no official identity, just a voice and a declaration that hit the internet like lightning. She claimed she carried the pregnancies, not assisted, not advised, carried. And in a world obsessed with secrecy and power, that one word opened a door no one seemed able to close. According to her story, everything happened quietly and carefully. Private clinics, contracts thicker than any script, promises of silence that were supposedly built into legal walls. While the public saw glowing photos and staged appearances, DL claims the real medical journey was happening somewhere the cameras never reached. 2 timelines, she says, one for the world and one hidden inside sealed rooms with locked doors and private doctors. Her version paints a picture not of motherhood, but of erasure, a woman written out of a story she claims she lived. As online discussion intensified, people began re-watching moments from the past with a completely different lens. Scenes that were once dismissed as awkward suddenly felt suspicious. A shift in posture, a dress folding in an unusual way, a public appearance cancelled at the last minute. Every detail was elevated from coincidence to clue. In the age of viral breakdowns and slow-motion analysis, the smallest movement can become the center of a conspiracy. And once an audience believes there might be something wrong, they quickly forget the line between possibility and fact. What was once strange slowly becomes obvious. What was once ignored becomes proof. And rumors, when repeated enough times, begin to sound like reality. Then came the moment that took the story from internet theory to emotional earthquake. DL claimed she was willing to take a public DNA test, live in front of the world with independent labs and no filters. That single challenge changed everything, because accusations can be debated, but DNA doesn't argue. And yet, weeks passed, then months, no test, no official response, no lawsuit, no denial, just a wall of silence so thick it only made people lean closer. Silence, after all, has its own language. To some, it sounds like dignity. To others, it sounds like fear. And in the internet's ears, silence often sounds like guilt. As the drama spread, an even more shocking suggestion entered the conversation, that Prince Harry allegedly knew. That, according to DL's story, he was not on the outside, that he had attended certain meetings, signed documents, and was part of the decision-making. Whether true or not, the claim shattered what many believed about the couple's dynamic. If one person hides a secret, it is a scandal. If two people protect it, it becomes a conspiracy. And suddenly, the narrative shifted. This was no longer just about Meghan. It was about legitimacy, truth, and the foundation of everything royal titles stand for. Because within royal rules, lineage is not symbolic, it is everything. If claims like these were ever proven, the consequences would not be emotional. They would be legal, historical, and irreversible. The palace, meanwhile, has remained completely silent. No clarification, no press release, no reassurance. That silence echoes louder by the day. Some believe it is dignity, others think it is strategy, but many see it as panic wrapped in professionalism. In royal history, scandals do not explode. They leak slowly, silently, and without mercy. Every unanswered question adds weight. Every ignored rumor grows claws. And now the internet watches, not with excitement, but with hunger. Hungry for truth, hungry for confirmation, hungry for a moment when someone steps forward and says something real. And that is where the story now stands, suspended between accusation and truth, between fantasy and fallout. No verdict has been delivered, no document has been verified, no DNA test has taken place, but the damage, that is already real. Reputation doesn't wait for courtrooms. Public perception doesn't care about legal timelines. Once doubt enters a story, it never leaves gently. It crashes through windows, it destroys trust, and whatever is hiding behind this silence, whether fact or fiction, it will eventually surface. Because secrets in the modern world do not rot quietly. They rise, they spread. And when they finally break the surface, they don't whisper, they scream.